Hi y'all, Jeff here with Jeff's Cars and welcome back. And as you see, I'm standing next to my GL350 Blue Tech Diesel. And I'm at the 1-year anniversary of owning this thing. Interesting. So if y'all been following the channel, this thing was kind of a disaster at the beginning, but kind of overcame those things, and a lot of it, if you go back, misdiagnosis by Mercedes-Benz dealership, you just overall didn't receive very good experience by really a quality car, or a representative of a quality car manufacturer. But with that said, we're going to talk a little bit about everything that took place in the last year and what this vehicle has really, what it means to my wife and myself. Now, one of the first things is, so I bought it with right around 112,000 miles on it. It now has 121,099 miles, so just over 121,000 miles on it. And two of those, a lot of those miles, roughly right around 4,500 miles of that, was 2 trips to Baton Rouge and back. If you recall, there was a couple videos I've done regarding that, and this Mercedes has done phenomenal. It's a great vehicle to drive. It was great on the road trip. It was great in fuel economy. It just overall performed exactly what it was intended to do. So I'm not going to fault the car itself. I'm going to place fault in some of the experience I've had at the very beginning on the Mercedes-Benz dealerships. And while they're a representative of the manufacturer, and most dealerships are, they're really, there's a lot of them out there that are not reflecting the brand properly. I mean, it's in our times now, where we're going to have tariff taxes, and we've got trade wars, and stupid is as stupid does, and life is like a box of chocolates. You wake up one morning and you're never going to know what the day is going to bring. I mean, thank you, Forrest Gump, for some of those little analogies. But it really is, we don't know. The consumer, and I'm a middle-class consumer. I'm not the elite wealthy. And as of today, Mother's Day, the UK deal actually benefits the wealthy. The tariff on a Rolls Royce and a Bentley is actually lower than it was before. So, or at least right now. So help me understand, folks, exactly what is going on. I don't want to go political, and there was no intent of that, but I'm a middle-class person and I'm a consumer, and I really, really would like to understand exactly where this is supposed to go. But be that as it may, gotta live with it. And so I expect quality, especially on a vehicle that started out at $100,000. I've got 12,000. Oh, actually, after the repairs and everything, I have $14,000 in this vehicle. I got a good deal on it when I bought it. I paid $12,000 ish for it. I got out of my Cadillac Alante, which, kind of wish I had it now, because it was fun to drive, and it did what it was supposed to do. But I've got the 300 SL, that's another video, because I figured something out on that, and I'm really disturbed, but we'll go into that later. But this vehicle has performed exactly what its intent was. And My wife and I took a road trip yesterday for a little bit, and she says I really enjoy driving it. She says it fits, it feels safe, it feels good, and the diesel, of course, she has yet to put fuel in it, but okay. I hope that if there is a day when she is driving it, that she remembers that it is a diesel, because it is quiet. You know, so, but usually I take care of filling the vehicles up for her. So I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to walk around a little bit on the vehicle and kind of help everybody recall what has been done. Now, one of the first things that was done that cost me out of pocket was there's a harness that goes around that does these sensors that failed. It was shortly after we had gotten it, and that cost $2,000 to get that replaced. But you know, it's a great vehicle. I need to vacuum it out. I've not done anything to the vehicle except drive it. I need to, you know, I washed it by hand last weekend, and then we had spits of a little bit of a rain, and then now I ran it through a wash on the way, you know, yesterday. But it really needs to be really detailed out, and I've never done that. But I like the idea of you know, this is the German Suburban, or the German Tahoe, so to speak, because it's about the same size as a Tahoe, a little narrower in stance, but it really has been a wonderful vehicle to, you know, it hauled the things that we needed to haul back from Louisiana, and it was accommodating with the luggage and everything. So it really is. It's a nice vehicle. So right now the rear seat is up. You know, they are in there. The third row seats are up in their up position. I don't know why the wife did that, but you know, we haul groceries around, and maybe that's, you know, so she gets the groceries and they don't go sliding all the way forward for her to get. So maybe that's the reason why she put the seats up like that. But it does have a trailer hitch on the back. I've never towed with it yet, but you know, I want to try that. And should I go to a car show this year, maybe taking that over there in the garage, I'll tow it with this. Especially maybe coming up this fall at the European you know, the European car show that is at Lawrence and Gardens in Omaha. But as you can see, is, you know, we don't drive it that much. Obviously, 8,000 miles in a year's time. That's a little bit more than we normally would do, but you know, the 2 trips to Louisiana had a lot to do with that. Now, this one is equipped with the running boards. To me, those are really, they're really something that I find them a kind of an annoyance because they stick out a little too far. I really don't use them, and neither does my wife, because you really can't step on them. But yeah, since the road trip yesterday, you can see we got picked up a lot of bugs on the front. I've already cleaned off the windshield because it's just annoying as all get out. But overall, I believe this car is, I hope, and you know, I'm hoping that I don't have any continued problems with it, knock on fake wood, but you know, because it's going to cost, the repair costs are going to be, they're going to be costly. So but I think that this vehicle is well suited, you know, with the the 26 to 28 miles to the gallon on the highway. Now, I am going to have to, I really do need to liquidate some of my cars, because quite frankly, the insurance cost and the registration costs, while the registration costs are not all that bad, because here in Nebraska, it's by age of vehicle. The insurance cost is a little costly. The renewal came up for this year because I bought it a year ago. In Nebraska, it cycles a year after you purchase. So if you buy it May, your registration becomes renews the next May, rather than some states do it a specific month. Kansas, it's by your last name, or at least it used to be, if I remember that. And in July, it was always my month. So, the property tax and registration renewal for this year is I think it was $202 that came in the mail the other day, or end of last month. And so that's due by the end of, I believe it is the end of May, because, the 5th month. So I'll be paying that. The insurance on this is actually, for me, has been, I can't remember. It was about $140 a month. And we've actually put more miles on the car than we anticipated that we would. But that's how it goes. So, folks, if you're looking to buy, the GL series and the GLE and the GLS, I can't fault them in the 2012 to 2016 era. The diesel, while they're a little more difficult, now that I've gotten through a lot of the issues, I think with the proper maintenance, this would be a long-lasting Mercedes-Benz. Now, I am going to have to put some tires on it, maybe hopefully by next winter or this upcoming winter. We don't. Again, the intent was we weren't driving the car. Had no, first of all, we didn't have a lot of intentions of driving to Louisiana down and back twice, but it just happened to work out that way. And so I can tell you it saved a lot of money on the fuel costs. So, folks, there you have it. 1 year later, the repairs that I've spent on it was $2,000 for the harness at the Mercedes-Benz dealer, 200 and some odd dollars. It was 300 and some odd dollars to have the timing chain tensioner replaced, and have had 2 oil changes since then. And I do have one other thing that Jared had recommended that I need to address, and I have the part, I just haven't put it in, is the PCV valve. And it's a 2-piece system, or it's a 1-piece system, but it hits both of the, since it's a V motor, it hits both tops of the valve cover, so to speak. So, and it looks like it's something easy to put on. I've got it. I have had it for a while. I just haven't put it on. So, and maybe that's a video, in the future. So, folks, there you have it. My review 1 year after purchase, getting through the initial things. I like the vehicle. I would recommend the GL series vehicle. There are some of them out there for sale. They're in the $10,000 to $15,000 range in this year, with right around 100,000 miles in the gas version. I'd say they're worth it. So there's my recommendation. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and to those mothers out there, since this is Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day.